Hey girl campers, this is Lisa Dempsey and I am your Southeast Texas chapter guide. And earlier this year I had the opportunity to go to Girl Campers Camper College in Amarillo with Brenda Puckett and Dana Hext, and it was great. I learned so much. I've had the opportunity to be camping in my trailer now for a couple years, but every time I go out I learn something either from another girl camper or one of the chapter guides or so many different people that we meet along the way. So I've got some items here that were recommended that I decided to purchase here over the Amazon Prime Day. I don't know that I saved a whole lot of money, but I'm glad that I have these things now. So let me share those with you. So the first thing was the pop-up cones. So these are safety cones, and as you can see, they're flat. And then they just pull out just like this. Really cool. This is very sturdy. This particular one that I got also will allow you to put a weight in here. There's a little hole in the bottom, and they tell you what to do is pop this off and put just like a water bottle or something in here, and it will hold it. It's still pretty sturdy as it is, but it comes in a set of 4. And the brand that I got has this really cool little carry case, so I can put it in my camper or in the back of my car. These I'll use when I'm helping to back up and I just want a line of vision along the back, maybe where I'm going to be lining up for my where my electrical is or something along those lines. If there's obviously an emergency and I need to have some cones or some safety things, it's got the reflective tape, etc. And this set me back about $35 for the set that I got. And there's all kinds of different ones, so you can shop and figure out what works for you. And then they just close up and go back down. Oops, you got to be a little temperamental with it here. Anyway, so then it closes flat again. So those are really fun. Another thing that I learned that I had been doing incorrectly, and I bet a lot of you are doing this incorrectly too, is, we use a water pressure meter to make sure that we don't blow out the inside of our trailer. And I was just always keeping mine in my bag with my hoses and everything and letting it do its thing and bounce around. Well, apparently that's bad and it ruins the calibration if you have one that has the little calibrator on it. So I ordered myself a new one, and I am keeping this, which is the little foam that it comes with in the little box, and I will keep it protected. So this will be my new one. This was only $20. These are not terribly expensive. And then this one actually has a little guide on it that if you need to adjust where you want your water pressure set depending on your unit. So it will now live in its little special container, and I will try to keep it from getting messed up and in its little box, and it will have a special place. The other thing that was really kind of cool, and this is just a safety thing, this is probably not something everybody needs to carry around, but I figured as a guide it would be something handy for me to have in case somebody runs into an issue. This is called a sniffer. And this will detect propane and butane, methane, natural gas, gasoline, so anything that might be leaking. Often we'll have problems with our little propane or CO2 detectors going off, or you're wondering if you have a leak. This little gadget will help us determine whether or not you have a leak. And it comes in this little carrying case, and it's pretty simple. And this is what it looks like. And this is just its little sniffer. So we can set it, and you turn it on, and you put it, by the area where you think you might have a leak, and it will determine what we have and what the issue might be. So I just thought that was a cool kind of safety thing. Dana was going around with these, and she has, some really good personal stories. But anyway, so that's the sniffer. And then, of course, first aid kits. If you don't have a first aid kit, something that you can throw in a backpack if you're going out on a hike, or just obviously keep handy in the trailer that's just really accessible and doesn't take up a lot of room. This was just $15. This is one of those things that you should probably just buy a new one and replace every year. If you haven't gone in and checked your first aid kit, please do that. Good time of year, just to make sure that you have everything that you need. And last, now this is kind of one of those kind of controversial things, I think, because I get a lot of feedback from people about whether or not they use these water filters on their trailer. So I will tell you, I use these, but I'm not doing it necessarily just because to make the water more drinkable. The water, when you go to most hookups, they say that it is potable water, and it's something that you should be able to drink safely. I still use bottled water or purified water through my Brita filter when I'm camping. But what I do believe that this does do when you have these on, there's a lot of mineral content, there's a lot of debris and a lot of little things that over time, if you're not using a filter, all of that is going to get your system gunked up. Those things are going to go through your hot water heater, it's going into your tanks, and you want to avoid anything that might do that and gunk up those systems. So if you're not using these filters, I do recommend that you use one on your trailer, even if you're not using it because you feel like the water is drinkable and fine. So those are some of my fun things that I purchased here recently for my trailer, and I thought I would share those with you and that you might find some of those helpful. As always, make sure you're following us on Facebook. Wherever you are, we're at the Southeast Texas Girl Camper group, and there's also a page. And also make sure that you're going on, and we've got great groups all through Texas. So look for North Texas and Texas Hill Country and follow them as well, because Bonnie and Sharon are always posting great things too. And there'll always be an event or something that you can attend and go to. Anyway, so looking forward to seeing you on the road. I hope you found this helpful. Leave us a like and friend us and follow us and all those good things that we're supposed to be doing online. Y'all have an awesome week. Take care. Bye.